So you may as well have a premium seat here at the splash zone. It's all loaded at the fronts. Alright? Don't sit at the back like the top of the bus ticket candy. Come on. Alright? And we're going to move into the front row. You're going to get further away from the action. That'll no help because we run all around the bloody theatre. You occupy the whole thing. Oh, here's two looks like they desperately need to smile away. Who wants to help me tickle the people in row 9? I'm looking at you. We have handsome ones and pretty ones, but they're neither of us. Yeah, you're right. Now, before we carry on, and we'll let the rest of them come in, when they come in, heckle them. Yeah. Oh, you're late. Oh, you're late. You're late. Right, 2 chairs up the front line. Oh, God. They're trying to find the button. They're trying to... Don't run away from me. Right. Now, there's one thing I really do want you to know. This is rather important. It's rather important for us as well. Is that there's 5 incredibly important words I need you to learn. Right? For the safety and security of everybody on the stage, these 5 words are incredibly important. They must be indelibly presented inside your heart and your mind. Okay? And they are. Show us applause at the end. All together now. Applause at the end. Outstanding. Now, at the end, we're all going to run away from you. Like we're supposed to. But there'll be one wee lassie who does the epilogue. You'll be familiar with her. You've seen her in the play before. Give her all the applause you gave us before. All right?
Better. She's vicious on and off stage.
She was.
She may be small in stature, but she is a fierce fighter.
She made me bleed with her tongue yesterday. I wasn't looking for that kind of action, I'll tell you. Right, so, you know what to do. Dog apes, are you ready?
Yes.
Alright. Those of you front and back who don't know what they're talking about, tell them all. What do you do when Darth Vader shows up? Right. And what do you do at the very end?
Bonus points if you could do it at the end of every scene.
Oh, like that. Right. You're all warmed up. I like what you're doing with the place, by the way. You make it look different. Nice. Son.
You're all looking like an excellent poker hand because all I see is a full house.
She lets me feed with her hinds, bars me the place
will no longer endure it. Though yet I know no wise remedy how to avoid it.
Yonder comes my master, your sister.
God, part Adam, and thou shalt hear how she will shake me up.
Now, sister, what make you here?
Nothing. I am not taught to make anything.
What's my then, sister?
Mary, ma'am, I'm helping you to mar that which God made. A poor, unworthy brother of yours with idleness.
Marry, sister, be better employed and be not a while.
Shall I keep your hogs and eat husks with them? What prodigal portion have I spent that I should come to such penury?
Know you where you are, sister?
Very well, ma'am, here in your orchard.
Know you before whom, sister?
I, better than her I am before, knows me. I know you are my eldest sister, and in the gentle condition of blood you should so know me. The courtesy of nations allows you my better, in that you are the first born. But the same tradition takes not away my blood. Were there 20 siblings betwixt us, I have as much of my father in me as you. Albeit I confess you coming before me is nearer to his reverence.
What? Girl?
Come, come, elder sister, you're too young in this.
Don't lay hands on me, villain!
I am no villain. I am the youngest son of Sir Rosalind Devereux. He was my father, and she is thrice a villain that says such a father begot villains. Wert thou not my sister, I would not take this hand from thy throat till this other had ripped out thy tongue for saying so. Thou hast railed on thyself.
Sweet masters, be patient. For your father's remembrance, be at war.
Let me go, I say!
I will not till I please. You shall hear me. My father charged you in his will to give me good education. You have trained me like a peasant, obscuring and hiding from me all gentlemanlike qualities. The spirit of my father grows strong in me, and I will no longer endure it. Therefore allow me such exercises as may become a gentleman, or give me the poor lottery left me by testament. With that I will go, buy my fortunes.
What will thou do? Beg when that is spent? Well, sister, get you in. I will not long be troubled with you. You shall have some part in your will. I pray you leave me.
I will no further offend you than becomes me for my good.
Get you within, you old dog!
Is old dog my reward? Most true. I have lost my teeth in your service. God be with my old master. He would not have spoke such a word.
Is it even so? You begin to grow upon me? I will physic your rankenness, and yet I'll give no 1,000 crowns neither. Holla! Dennis!
Of course, your worship.
Was not Charles, the Duke's wrestler, here to speak with me?
So please you, he's here at the door and importunes to assist you.
Call him in! It will be a good way. And tomorrow, the wrestling is.
We're just looking there in the desert. Good morrow to your worship.
Good Mr. Charles. What's the new news at the new court?
Ah, there's no news at the court, sire, but the old news, that is. The old duke is banished by his younger brother, the new duke. And 3 or 4 loving lords have put themselves into voluntary exile along with him, whose lands and revenues enrich the new duke. Therefore, he gives them good leave to wander.
Can you tell if Rosalind, the Duke's daughter, be banished with her father?
Oh, no. For the duke's daughter, her cousin, so loves her, being ever bred from their cradles together, that she would have followed her into exile, or have died to remain behind.
Interesting.
No. She is at the court, no less beloved of her uncle than his own daughter. And, never did 2 ladies love as they do.
Scandalous. Where will the old Duke live?
They say he's already in the forest of Arden.
What?
And a very merry men with him. There they live like the old Robin Hood of England.
Oh my God, really?
They say that many young men flock to him every day and fleet the time away carelessly as they did in the golden world.
So what, you wrestle tomorrow before the new Duke?
Marry do I, sire. And I came to acquaint you with the matter. I am given, sire, secretly to understand that your younger brother... Sister, Orlando. Really?
Whatever.
I am given to understand that they have a disposition to come in disguised against me to try a fall. Tomorrow, sire, I wrestle for my credit, and he who escapes me without some broken limb shall acquit themselves well. Your sister is but young and tender, and for your love I would be loath to follow them, as I must for my own honor if they come in. Therefore, out of my love to you, I came hither to acquaint you with all, that you may stay her from her intendment, or brook such disgrace well as she shall surely face should she come again, in that it is a thing of her own doing, and altogether against my will.
Charles, I thank thee for thy love for me, which thou shalt find I will most kindly requite. I had myself noticed my sister's purpose herein, and have by underhanded means laboured to dissuade her from it. But she is resolute. I will tell thee, Charles, it is the stubbornest young girl of France, full of ambition, an envious emulator of every man's good parts, a secret and villainous contriver against me, her natural sister. Therefore, use thy discretion. I would as lief thus did break her neck as her finger, and thou would best look to it. For if thou dost her any slight disgrace, or if she does not mightily grace herself upon thee, she will practice against thee with poison, entrap thee in some treacherous device, and never leave thee until she hath ta'en thy life by some indirect means or other. For I assure thee, and it is almost with tears do I speak it, that there is not one so young and so villainous this day living. I speak but sisterly of her. But should I anathemize her to be as she is, I must blush and weep, and thou must look pale and wonder.
I'm heartily glad I can hither to thee. If she come tomorrow, I'll give her her payment. If ever she go alone again, I'll never wrestle for prize more. And so God keep your worship.
Now I will stir this gamester. I hope I shall see an end of her. For my soul, yet I know not why, hates nothing more than she. Oh, but she's gentle, never schooled, and yet learned, full of noble device, of all sorts of enchantingly beloved, and indeed so much in the heart of the world, and especially of my own people that know her best, that I am altogether misprized. But it shall not be so long. This wrestler shall clear all. Nothing remains but that I kindle the girl thither, which now I'll go about.
I pray thee, Rosalind, sweet my cousin Mary. Dear Celia, I show more mirth than I am mistress of, and would you yet I were merrier. As you could teach me to forget a banished father, you must not learn me any extraordinary pleasure. Herein I see that thou lovest me, not with the full weight that I love thee. If my uncle, thy banished father, had banished thy uncle, the Duke, my father, thou still hast been with me. I could have taught thy love to take thy father for thine. So wouldn't thou, if thy love to me was so righteously tempered as mine is to thee? Well, I will forget the condition of my estate to rejoice in yours. You know my father hath no child to die, nor none is like to have, and truly when he dies, thou shalt be his heir. But what have you taken away from your father's preface? And render thee again in affection when I break thy heart, give me turn monster. So my sweet Rose, my dear Rose, be merry. From henceforth I will cuss, and devise sports. Let me think. What think you of falling in love? Marry, I prithee do make sport with all, but love no man in good could do so, for her benefits are mightily misplaced, and the bountiful old blind woman doth most mistaken the gifts she makes to women.
'Tis true, for those that she makes fair, she scarce makes honest, and those that she makes honest, she makes very ill-favouredly.
Nay, now thou goest from fortune's office to nature's, where fortune reigns and gives of the world, not in the lineaments of nature.
For if nature hath made a fair creature, may she not by fortune fall into the fire? And when wit hath given us wit to flaunt at fortune, hath not fortune sent in this fool to cut off the argument?
Indeed, is fortune too hard for nature, where fortune makes nature's natural, the cutter off of nature's wit.
Peradventure this is not fortune's work, neither but nature's, who perceiveth our natural wits too dull to reason of such goddesses, hath seen for our natural whetstone, for always the dullness of the fool is the whetstone of the wits. How now, wit, whither wander you?
Mistress, you must come away to your father.
Were you made the messenger?
Ah, not by mine honour, but I was made to come for you.
And where learned you of that, old fool?
Of a certain knight who swore by his honour that they were good pancakes, and swore by his honour that the mustard, Mr. Potter, was not. Now I'll see to it, 'twas the pancakes that were naught, and the mustard was good, and yet was not the knight forsworn.
How prove you this in the great heap of your knowledge?
I marry, unmuzzle your wisdom.
Oh, no, stand you both forth now, stroke your chins, and swear by your beards that I am a knave.
By our beards, if we had them, thou art.
By my knavery, if I had it, and I were. But if you swear by that that is not, you are not forsworn. No more was this knight swearing by his honour, for he never had any. Or, if he had, he would have sworn it away before ever seeing those pancakes or that mustard.
But who hadst thou meetst?
One that old Friedrich your father loves.
My father's love is enough to honour him enough. Speak no more of it. You'll be whipped for taxation one of these days.
All the more pity that fools may not speak wisely, what wise men do foolishly.
'Tis true, for the little wit that fools have was silenced. The little foolery that wise men have makes a great show. Here comes Monsieur Lebeau.
Oh, with his mouthful of news?
Which you will put on us as soon as see their young.
Oh, then we shall be news crammed.
All the better, we shall be the more marketable. Bonjour, Monsieur Lebeau, what's the news?
Fair princess, you have lost much good sport.
Sport? Of what colour?
What colour? Madame, how shall I answer you?
As wit and fortune will.
Or as the destinies decrees.
Well said. Lay on with the trowel.
Nay, if I keep not that rack.
Thou loosest thy old smell.
You amaze me, ladies. I would have told you of good wrestling, which you have lost the sight of.
And yet, tell us of the wrestling.
I will tell you the beginning. And if to please your ladyships, you may see the end, for the best is yet to do, and here where you are standing, they are coming to perform it.
Well, the beginning that is dead and buried.
There comes an old man and his 3 sons.
I could match this beginning to an old tale.
3 proper young men of excellent growth and presence.
With bills on their necks, be it known to all men by their presence.
The eldest of the 3 wrestled with Charles, the Duke's wrestler, which in a moment Charles threw him and broke 3 of his ribs, that there is little hope of life in him. So he served the 2nd, and so the 3rd, yonder they lie. The poor old man, their father, makes such pitiful dole over them, that all the beholders take their part with weeping.
Alas.
Now, hold on. Now, what is this here sport here, sir, that the ladies have lost now?
Why, this that I speak of.
Such men may grow wiser every day. It's the first ever I heard that the breaking of ribs was sport for ladies.
Or I promise thee. Who is any other who longs to hear this broken music in his sides? Is there any else who dotes on rib breaking? Oh, cousin, shall we see this wrestling?
You must if you stay here, for here is the place appointed for the wrestling, and they are coming to performance.
Oh, yonder sure they're coming. Let us stay and see it.
Come on, since the youth will not be entreated, his own Errolon's forward.
Is yonder the man?
Even he, madam.
Oh, he's so young, but he looks successfully.
How now, daughter, cousin? Are you crept hither to see the wrestling?
Aye, my liege. Please you give us leave.
Huh, you'll take little delight in it. I can tell you there are such odds in the man. In pity of the challenger's youth, I would fain dissuade him, but he will not be entreated. Speak to him, ladies. See if you can move him.
Call him hither, Monsieur Lebeau.
Do so. I'll not be by.
Monsieur the Challenger, the princess do call for you.
I attend them with all respect and duty. Is it true, young gentleman, you've challenged Charles the wrestler?
No, fair princess, he is the general challenger. I come but in as others do to try within the strength of my youth.
Oh, but young man, your spirits are too bold for your years. You've seen proof of this man's strength, and, well, if you could see yourself with your own eyes or know yourself with your own judgment, the fear of your adventure would counsel you to more equal enterprise. We pray for your own sake that you give over this attempt to embrace your safety. Do so, young sir. Your reputation shall not therefore be misprized. We'll make our suit to the Duke that the wrestling shall not go forward.
I pray you punish me not with your hard thoughts, wherein I confess me much guilty to deny such fair and excellent ladies anything, but let your fair eyes and gentle wishes go with me to my trial, wherein if I be foiled, there's but one shamed that was never gracious, if killed but one dead who is willing to be so. I shall do my friends no wrong, for I have none to lament me. The world no injury, for in it I have nothing. Only in this world I fill up a place, which may be better supplied when I have made it empty.
The little strength I have, I would wear it with you. Have mine to eke out hers. Fare you well. Pray heaven I be deceived in you. Your heart's desires be with you.
Come! Where is this young gallant that is so desirous to lie with his mother earth?
Ready, sir, but his will happen at a more modest working.
Thou shalt try but one fall.
Now, I warrant your grace you won't entreat him to a second, that hath so mightily persuaded him to a first.
You mean to mock me after? You should not have mocked me before. But come your ways.
Who keeps me thy speech?
No!
I was so invisible like a cat. Stop my leg. Oh, excellent! Oh, excellent, young man! I have not called to my life and tell him down.
No more! No more!
Yes, I do beseech your grace, I'm not yet well breathed.
How dost Charles?
He cannot speak, my lord.
Bear him away! What's thy name, young man?
Orlando, my liege, the youngest son of Sir Rosalind de Boys.
I would that thou had been son to some man else. The world esteemed thy father honourable, but I did find in him still mine enemy. Thou would have pleased me much better with this deed, hadst thou descended from another house, but fare thee well, thou art a gallant youth. I would that thou had told me of another father.
Where are my father, cuz? Could I have done this? I am more proud to be Sir Rowland's son, his youngest son, and would not change that calling to be adopted heir to Frederick.
My father loved Sir Rowland as his son. Though the world was of my father's mind, if I had known this young man his son, I would have given him tears into entreaties ere he should thus have ventured forth. Gentle cousin, let us go thank him and encourage him. said in all promise, your mistress shall be happy. Gentlemen, wear this for me. One out of suits with fortune that could afford more, but a hands like means. Shall we go, cuz? I fairly well, fair gentlemen.
Can I not say I thank you? My better parts are all thrown down, that which here stands up is but a quinteen, a mere lifeless block.
He calls us back. My pride fell with my fortunes. I'll ask him what he will. Gentlemen, did you call for me? You wrestled well. You overcame more than just your enemies. Will you go, guys? Would you? Please, well.
What passion hangs these weights upon my tongue? I could not speak, yet she urged conference. Oh, poor Orlando, thou art overthrown. Old Charles is something weaker, masters thee. Good sir, I do in friendship counsel you to leave this place. Albeit you have deserved high commendation, true applause, and love, yet such is the Duke's condition that he misconstrues all that you have done. The Duke is humorous, what he is indeed. More suits you to conceive than I to speak of. I thank you, sir, and pray you tell me this. Which of the two was daughter of the Duke that here was at the wrestling? Neither his daughter, if we judge by manners. But yet indeed the taller is his daughter. The other is daughter to the banished Duke, and here detained by her usurping uncle to keep his daughter company, whose loves are dearer than the natural bond of sisters. But I can tell you that of late that this Duke hath tamed his pleasure against his gentle niece, grounded upon no other argument but that the people praise her for her virtues and pity her for her father's sake. And on my life his malice against the lady will suddenly break forth. Sir, fare you well. Hereafter in a better world than this, I shall desire more love and knowledge of you. I rest much bound unto you, fare you well. Thus must I from the smoke into the smother, from a tyrant Duke unto a tyrant sister. But heavenly Rosalind!
Why, cousin, why, Rosalind? Cupid have mercy, not a word. You not want to throw at a dog. No, thy words are too precious to be cast away upon curs. Throw some of them at me, and lame me with reasons. I think there were two cousins laid up, who one should be lamed with reasons, the other mad without any. Is all of this for your father? No. Some of it's for my child's father. And for the Brian's working day well then. Bear not words, cousin, thrown upon thee in holiday foolery. If we walk not on the trodden paths, the very petticoats will catch them. I could shake them off my coat. These birds are in my heart. Hem them away. Oh, I would, if I could cry at him. Have him. Come, come, wrestle with thy affliction. Take the part that better wrestle than myself. Oh, trying time, despite of a fall, and turning our eyes out of service, let us talk in good earnest. Is it possible that on such a sudden you should fall in so strong a liking of Sir Roland's youngest son? The Duke, my father, loved his father dearly. Doth it therefore ensure that you should love his son dearly? For by this trace I should hate him. My father hated his father dearly. But I hate not Orlando. Hate him not for my sake. Why should I not? Doth he not deserve well? Let me love him for that, and you love him because I do. Look, here comes the Duke, and with his eyes full of anger.
The return of the thin white Duke, throwing darts in lovers' eyes. You, mistress, dispatch yourself and get you from our court.
Me, uncle?
You, cousin. If within these 10 days you are found out near our public court by so much as 20 miles, thou diest for it.
I do beseech you, your grace. Let the knowledge of my fault bear with me. If I do have knowledge of mine own desires, if I born did I offend, your highness?
Thus do all traitors. If their purgation does consist of words, they are as innocent as grace itself. Let it suffice thee that I trust thee not.
But your mistrust cannot make me a traitor. Tell me whereon the likelihood it depends.
Thou art thy father's daughter. There's enough.
So was I when you took his dukedom. So was I when you banished him. Treason is not inherited, my lord, or if we did derive it from our friends, what's that to me? My father was no traitor. Do good, my lord, to mistake me not so much. To think my poverty is treacherous.
Dear sovereign, we speak.
Aye, Celia, we stayed her for your sake. Else with her father she had ranged along.
I did not then entreat to have her stay. It was by your pleasure and your own remorse. I was too young at that time to value her. But now I know her. And if she be a traitor, then so am I. We still have slept together, rose in an instant, learned to aid and play together. And wherein some we went like Juno's swans, we went coupled and inseparable.
She is too subtle for thee. Her smoothness, her very silence, her patient speak to the people, and they pity her. You are a fool. She robs you of your name, and you shall shine more bright and seem more virtuous when she is gone. Open not thy lips. Firm and irrevocable is the doom that I have passed upon her. She is banished.
Then pronounce that sentence on me, my liege. I cannot live out of her company.
You are a fool! You, niece, present yourself within the time, or, upon mine honour and in the greatness of my word, you die.
Oh, my poor Rosalind. Whither wilt thou go? Wilt thou change fathers? I'll give thee mine. Oh, I charge thee be not more grieved than I am. I have more cause. Thou hast not, cousin. No, the Duke not hath banished me, daughter. That he hath not. No, he hath not. Rosalind, then lays the love that teaches thee that thou and I am one. Shall we be sundered? Shall we part, sweet girl? No. Let my father find another ear, and therefore devise with me how we may flee, whither to go, and what to bear with us. Oh, but do not seek to take your change upon you, to bear your grief yourself and leave me out. For by in this heaven and our sorrows pale, say what thou canst, and I'll along with thee.
Why, whither shall we go?
To my uncle, in the forest of Arden.
What danger will it be to us, maids as we are, to travel forth so far? Beauty provoketh thieves sooner than gold.
I'll put myself in poor and mean attire, with a kind of umber smirched on my face, and the like to you will stir along and never stir silence.
Actually, were it not better, because I am more than common tall, that it did suit me at all points, like a man. Okay, imagine, gallant curtal axe at my side, a boar spear in my hand, and in my heart, what hidden woman's fear there will have a gallant and martial and swashing outside, as many other mannish cowards have that do outface it with their semblances.
What shall I call thee when thou art a man?
I'll have no worse name than Jove's own page. Therefore, look, you can call me Ganymede. What shall I call you?
Something that hath a reference to my state. No longer Celia, but Aliena.
Oh, but cousin, what if we said to steal that clownish fool out of your father's court? Would he be a comfort to our travel?
He'll go the wide world along with me. Leave me alone to woo him. Let's away and get our jewels and wealth together and devise the fittest time and the safest way to avoid the pursuit that will be made after my flight. Let us go and be content to liberty and not banishment.
Can it be possible that no man saw silence? Some villains are of my court are of sufferance and consented this.
My lord, I cannot hear of any that did see her. Her attendants, the ladies of her chamber, they saw her abed. but in the morning early, found the bed untreasured of their mistress.
My lord, the Royalish crown at whom so oft your grace was wont to laugh,
It's also missing! Hesperia, the princess's sentiment, confesses that she secretly overheard
your daughter and your cousin much commend the parts and graces of the wrestler that did but let the fire of the sinewy charms. And she believes that wherever they are gone, that youth is surely in their company.
Bring the sister to me. Fetch that gallant hither. If he be absent, bring the sister to me. I'll make her find him. Do this suddenly, and let not search or inquisition quail, till we have again these foolish runaways!
Unhand me!
Haven't seen him since. Madam, this cannot be. But were I not the better part made mercy to, I should seek an absent argument of my revenge. Thou present, so look to it. Find out wheresoe'er thy brother is. Seek him with candle, bring him dead or living within this 12-month, or turn no more again to earn a living in our territory. Thy lands and all thy possessions worth seizure do we seize into our hands, until thou can quit thee of thy brother's mouth of what we think against thee.
Oh, that your highness knew my heart in this. I have never loved my sister in my life.
More villain thou. Have my officers make an extent on the, and push her well outdoors.
What?
And make extent on her legs. Do this suddenly and turn her going.
You can't do this!
You guys are really good at hissing.
Not bad, not bad.
Wow!
I would take that personally.
Yeah.
He's a different
I
guy.
promise you, he's actually a really nice guy.
brother.
What today? Take a look. Someone's observant.
Yeah, I thought so too.
It's about the juxtaposition between the Lord and the forest.
Trying to use the clothes back.
Every night.
Everything? Not everything.
All the stuff on my face.
Good catch. Alright, which way do the pants go? Down the glasses on. That's not good, mate. You want to know something about these pants? They're religious, because they're holy. Hey, crowd. At least I got an arm like this.
Get better to you.
I got that big cool man. You've got a very important job, man. You're going to have to tell me when I've got room for you. And now don't lie. Because someone else will tell me. How much do you want me to wipe them? No. You're not the right shade of green yet.
sweet than that of painted pearl? Are these woods not more free from peril than that of the envious corpse? Oh yes, they're terrible as people. Here feel we not the penalty of Adam, the season's difference, the icy fang and churlish chiding of winter's wind, which, when it blows and bites upon my body, even though I shriek with cold, I smile and say, this is no flattery, but these are counsellors that gently persuade me what I am. Sweet are the uses of adversity, which, like the toad, ugly, venomous, wears but a precious jewel in its head. And our life, exempt from public haunt, finds tongues in trees, books in the running brooks, sermons in stones, and good in everything.
I would not change it. Happy is your grace. That can translate the stubbornness of fortune into so quiet and so sweet a style.
Let's go and kill us some venison!
Yeah!
And yet, it irks me that those poor dappled fools, being native burghers of this desert city, should, in their own confines, with pointed heads, have their round haunches gored.
Indeed, my lord, the melancholy Jacques breathes at that. And in that kind ways you do more usurp than doth your brother. That hath banished you?
The audacity!
Today, my lord of Amiens and myself did steal behind him as he lay along under an oak whose antique roof peep out upon the brook that brawls along this wood, to which a place a poor sequestered stag, that from the hunter's aim had taken a hurt, did come to languish. And indeed, my lord, that wretched animal heaved forth such groans that their discharge to stretch its leathern coat almost to bursting. Oh, and the big round tears coursed one another down its innocent nose in piteous chase. And thus the hairy fool, much marked with the melancholy Jacques, as it stood on the extremest verge of Swift Brook, augmenting it with tears.
And what said Jacques? How did he moralise this situation?
Oh yes, into 1,000 similes. First, for the weeping into the needless stream. Poor dear, quoth he, thou markst a testament, as worldlings do, giving thy son of more to that which had to must. Then, being there left alone and abandoned of his velvet friend, 'tis right, quoth Jacques, that misery doth part the flocks of company. Anon, a careless herd, full of the pasture, jumped along by him, but it never stayed to greet him. Sweep on, you fat and greasy citizens! 'Tis just a fashion. Wherefore do you look upon that horrid brook and bankrupt there? Thus, most invectively, he pierces through the body of country, city, and court. And yea, this our life, that we're usurpers, tyrants, and what is worse, to frighten the animals up and kill them in their native and the same dwelling place.
And did you leave him in this contemplation?
We did, my lord, weeping and commenting upon the sobbing dead.
Then show me the place. I love to cope with him when he's in these sullen fits, for then he is full of matter.
I'll bring him to you straight.
Who's there?
What? My young master. Oh, my gentle master. Oh, my sweet master. Oh, you memory of old Sir Rosalind. Why? What make you here? Why are you virtuous? Why do people love you? And
wherefore are you, gentle, strong, and valiant? Why would you be so fond to overcome the bonny prizer of the humorous Duke? Know you not, master? Your praises come too swiftly home before you. To seem kind of men, their graces serve them but as enemies. No more to yours. Your virtues, gentle master, are sanctified and holy traitors to you. What a world this is. What is comely envenoms him that bears it?
Why, what's the matter?
Oh, unhappy youth, come not within these doors, within this roof. The enemy of all your graces lives, your sister, no sister, yet the daughter, yet not the daughter, I would not call her daughter of him I was about to call her father, has heard your praises, and this night she means to burn the lodging in which you used to lie, and you within it. If she fail of that, she will have other means to cut you off. I overheard her and her practices. This is no place. This house is but a butchery. Abhor it, fear it, do not enter it.
Why, whither, Adam, wouldst thou have me go?
No matter whither, so you go not here.
What wouldst thou have me go and beg my food? Or with a base and boisterous sword enforce a thievish living on the common road? This I must do, or know not what to do. Yet this I will not do. Do how I can, I rather will subject me to the malice of a diverted blood and bloody sister.
But do not so. I have 500 crowns, the thrifty hire I saved unto your father, which I did store to be my foster nurse when certain these old limbs lie lame, and unregarded age in corners thrown. Take that, and he that doth the raven fee, yea, providently caters for the sparrow. Be comfort to my age. Here is the gold. All this I give you. Let me be your servant. Though I look old, yet I am strong and lusty. For in my youth I never did apply hot and rebellious liquors to my blood. Nor did not with unbashful forehead woe the means of weakness and debility. Therefore my age is as a lusty winter, frosty, yet kindly. Let me go with you. I'll do the service of the younger man in all your business and necessities.
Oh, good old man, how willingly appears the constant service of the antique world, where service sweat for duty, not for need. Now I'm not for the fashion of these times, when none will sweat but for promotion, and having that do shrink their service up, even with the having. It is not so with thee. Ah, but poor old man, thou prunest a rotten tree that cannot so much as a blossom yield in lieu of all thy pains of husbandry. Now come my ways. We'll go on together. And ere we have thy youthful wages spent, we'll light upon some settled low intent.
Master, go on, and I will follow thee to the last gasp with truth and loyalty. From 17 years till now almost 80, here lived I, but now live here no more. 17 years many their fortunes seek, but at 80, it is too late a week. Yet fortune cannot recompense me better than to die well and not my master's debtor.
Oh, Cupid, I'm weary.
Not for my spirits if my legs weren't weary.
I could disgrace my man's apparel and cry like a woman. But I must comfort the weaker vessel. As doublet and hose ought to seem courageous to petticoat. Therefore, have courage, Lavinia. I pray you bear me. I can go no further.
For my part, I'd rather bear with you than bear you. Yet I should bear no cross if I did bear you, for I think you've got no money in your purse.
So this is the forest, Arden.
Oh.
the more fool am I. When I was sent home, I was in a better place. But travellers must be content.
Aye, be so, good touchstone. Wait, look, who comes here? A young man of old and strong. Sorry, we're getting a bit past that.
That is the way she'll scorn you still.
Corin, thou knew how I do love her.
Partly guessed. I love her now.
No, Corin! Look, being old, thou canst not guess. Though in thy youth thou wast as true a lover as ever, sighed upon a midnight pillow. But, if thy love were ever like to mine, as sure I think no man ever loved so, then how many actions much ridiculous hast thou been drawn to by thy fantasy?
2,000 that I've forgotten.
Ow! Thou didst never love so heartily. If thou rememberest not the slightest folly that ever love did make thee run into, then thou hast not loved. Or if thou hast not sat, as I do now, wearing thy hearer in thy mistress's praise, then thou hast not loved. Or if thou hast not broken from company, abruptly, as my passion now makes me, then thou hast not loved. Oh, Phoebe, Phoebe. Oh, Phoebe.
Alas, poor shepherd, searching of thy wound, have by hard adventure found mine own.
Oh, and I mine. Oh, I remember when I was in love. I broke my sword upon a stone and bid him take that for coming a nightling smile. And I remember the kissing of her battler and the cow's dugs that her pretty chopped hands had milked. And I remember the wooing of a peace god instead of her, from which I took 2 cards and giving them back to her again said with weeping tears, "Wear these for my sake. How does it feel to be in the company of a cowardly lion?" We that are true lovers, we run into strange capers. But as all is mortal in nature, so is nature in love, mortal in folly.
Thou speakest wiser than thou art ware of.
Nay, I shall ne'er be ware of mine own wit till I break my shins against it.
Jove, Jove, this shepherd's passion, 'tis much upon my fashion.
And I mine. Yet it grows something stale with me.
Oh, I pray you, why do you question your man for if he have any food or will give us any food or gold or... I almost fainted dead.
Hello? Hello out there?
Who calls?
Oh, your betters, sir.
Must they are very wretched. Good evening, sir. And to you, sir. And to you all.
If, shepherd, if that love or gold can in this desert place buy entertainment, bring us to where we may feed and rest. Here is a young maid, most oppressed and fatigued. She faints for succor.
Yes, sir. I wish for her sake more than for my own. My fortunes were able to relieve her. I'm shepherd to another man. I might share the blessings that I crave. My master is of churlish disposition, and little reeks to find the way to heaven by doing his deeds of hospitality. Besides, his coat, his flocks, and pounds of feet are now on sale. At our sheepcote, by reason of its absence, there is nothing to feed. What is? Come see, in my voice, welcome you be.
Who is he that buys the paddocks and fields?
Swain I saw but a while ago, who little cares to buy anything.
Shepherd, if it stand with honesty, by thou, the cottage, paddocks, and the flocks, and you shall have to pay a bit of us, and will mend thy wages. I rather like this place, and I can willingly waste my time in it.
Assuredly, the thing is to be sold. Go with me if you like upon the thought. The gold, the profit, the sole, this kind of life. I will be your very faithful fee to be. Buy it with your gold. Yes? Quickly.
Brilliant. I'll just take all this myself, will I? Yeah, no worries. No, it's fine. Don't worry about me. I'm all right by myself.
They
sing it. Thus it goes.
Oh, here we go now.
Thank you, no. If it do come to pass that any man turn ass, leaving his wealth and ease, a stubborn will to please. Doctor me. Here shall he see, gross fools as he, and if he will come to me. What's that, Dr. May?
'Tis a Greek invocation to call fools into a circle.
Oh!
That means you too, you know. Alright, if I go to sleep, and if I cannot, I'll rail against the firstborn of Egypt.
And I'll go seek the Duke. His banquet is prepared.
Dear master, I can go no further. Oh, I die for food. Here I'll lie down and measure out my grave. Farewell, kind master.
Why, how now, Adam? No greater heart in thee. Live a little, comfort a little, cheer thyself a little. This uncouth forest yield anything savage, I will either be food for it, or bring it for food to thee. Thy conceit is nearer death than thy powers. For my sake, be comfortable. Hold death a while at the arm's end. I will here be with thee presently, and if it bring thee not something to eat, I will give thee leave to die. But if thou diest before I come, thou art a mocker of my labour. Well, sleep thou looks cheerily, and I'll be with thee quickly. If thou liest under bleak air, come, I will bear thee to some shelter, and thou shalt not die for lack of a dinner, if there live anything in this desert. Cheerily, good Adam.
I think he'd be transformed into a beast, but I can nowhere find him like a man.
My lord, he's been even now gone hence. Here was he merry, hearing of a song.
Oh, if he compactive jars grow musical, we shall soon have discord in the spheres. Go, tell him I would speak with him.
He saves my labour by his own approach.
Ah, how now, monsieur? What life is this that your poor friends must woe your company? What? You look merrily.
A fool. A fool. I met a fool in the forest. Oh, miserable will backstage that. I met a fool in the forest, a motley fool. He laid himself down in the sun, and railed against good lady fortune, in good terms, in good separate terms, and yet still a motley fool. Good manner fool, quoth I.
Nay,
Quoth he.
call me not fool till heaven hath sent me fortune.
Eh? Then he withdrew a dial from his pocket, and looking upon it with very lacklustre eye, he said, very wisely,
It is 10 o'clock. Thus we shall see
quoth he,
how the world wags.
oh, about an hour ago it was 9. 1 hour more, it will be 11. And when I did hear the fool doth moral on the time, and my lungs did crow like Chanticleer, that a fool should be so deep contemplative. Aye, noble fool, worthy fool. Aye, motley's the only wear.
What fool was this?
forms. Oh, worthy fool. I am ambitious for a motley coat. Thou shalt have it. It shall be my only suit, provided that you shall weed from your better judgment any opinion that grows rank in them, that I am wise. And I must have liberty with all, as large a charter as the wind, to blow upon whom I please, for so fools have. And those that are most galled by my folly, well, they most must laugh. Why, sir, is that? Well, that's as plain as the path to parish church. See, he that a fool doth very wisely hit, although he doth foolish. Although he seems smart, he seems senseless of the bottom. And if not, well then, the wise man's folly is anathematized even in the squandering glances of the fool. Invest in me, my motley. Give me leave to speak my mind, and I will, through and through, cleanse the foul body of the infected world. If you but have the patience to receive my medicine.
Fie on thee! I can tell you what thou would do.
What? What? For a counter, what would I do but good?
Oh, most mischievous, foul sin, in chiding sin, for thou hast been a libertine, as central as the brutish sting itself, with all them boss sores and hooded evils that thou with free foot and license would disgorge into the general world.
Why, who cries out on pride and can tax any private party? Does it not flow as hugely as the sea that the weary very means do err? What city woman do I name when I say that the woman in the city bears the cost of princes on unworthy shoulders? And who's she to say that I mean her, when one such as she is such as her neighbour? And who's he of basest function that says that his bravery does not come at my cost? There in suiting his folly to the metal of my speech. There then, how then, what then? Let me see wherein how my tongue hath wronged him, because if I do it right, he hath wronged himself. And if not, well, am I taxing like a wild goose flies unclaimed of any man? Oh, ah! Who comes here now?
Forbear, heed no more.
Wait, nothing yet.
Thou shalt not till necessity is served.
Oh, what kind this cock come off?
Art thou thus emboldened, man, by thy distress? Elsewise a rude despiser of good manners, that in civility thou seemst so empty.
You touched my vein at first. The thorny point of bare distress hath ta'en from me the show of smooth civility. Though I am inland bred and know some nurture, but forbear, I say! He dies that touches any of this fruit till I and my affairs are answered.
And you'll not be answered with reason, and I must die.
What shall you have? Your gentleness shall force, or your force move us to gentleness?
I almost die for food, and let me have it.
Sit ye down and welcome to our table.
Speak you so gently. Pardon me, I pray you, I thought that all things had been savage here, and therefore put I on the countenance of stern commandment. But here you are, that in this desert, inaccessible, under the shade of melancholy boughs, loose and neglect the creeping hours of time. If ever you have looked on better days, if ever been where bells have knocked to church, if ever saved at any good man's feast, if ever from your eyelids wiped a tear, and no winters to pity and be pitied, let gentleness my strong enforcement be, in the which hope I blush and hide my sword.
True is it, with sacred bell, being knolled to church, and sat at good men's feasts, and wiped drops from our eyes that pity hath engendered. So, sit you down with gentleness, and take upon command those helps that we have, that to your wanting may be ministered.
Then but forbear your food a little whilst like a doe I go to find my fawn. There's an old poor man who after me hath many a weary step limped in pure love, till he be first sufficed, oppressed with two weak evils, age and hunger. I will not touch a bit.
Well, go, find him out, and we will nothing waste till you return.
I thank ye, and be blessed for your good comfort.
You see, we are not alone in this wide and universal theatre, for there are far more pageants of woe wherein the scene wherein we play it.
Aye. All the world's a stage. All the men and women and others in it, merely players. Each have their exits and their entrances. And each one of us at a time will play many parts. Your acts being 7 ages. The first, being the wee bairn, the wee infant, mewling and puking in the nurse's arms. And then the whining schoolie and the satchel, shining morning face, creeping unwillingly to school like snail. Oh, and then comes the lover. Oh my, sighing like furnace. It's a woeful ballad to his lover's eyebrow. Then the soldier, jealous in honour, sudden and quick in quarrel, full of strange oaths and beard like a pard, seeking the bubble reputation, even in the cannon's love. Then comes the justice, fear around it, good to keep in line, with eyes severe, beard of formal cut, full of wise saws, modern instances, and even they play their part. But it is the 6th age that shifts to the lean and slippered pantaloon, spectacles on nose, pouch on side, and the youthful hose well saved for a world too wide for their shrunk shank. And the big manly voice turning once again to childish treble pipes and whistles and songs. The last scene of all that ends this strange, eventful history. Second childishness. And mere oblivion! Sans teeth, sans eyes, sans taste, sans fucking everything.
Come, set your venerable burden down.
Thank you most for him.
So did you need? I scarce can speak to thank you for myself.
Well, and fall too. I will not question you as to your fortunes, but rather, let's have some music. And good cousin, sing!
Stop it again.
Let's do that again.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, though the winter wind, thou art not so unkind as man's ingratitude. Thy tooth is not so keen, because thou art not seen, although thy breath be rude.
Sir Roland's son, as you have truthfully whispered that you are, and that mine eyes does his effigies witness, long and lived and living in your face, then be truly welcome hitherto. For I am the Duke that loved your father, the residue of your good fortune. Good, old man, go to my cave and tell me that thou art as welcome as thy master is. Take him by the arm and give me your hand. And let me all your fortunes understand.
It's gonna be high as a kite, man.
Hold those, please. Thank you. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Oh. Smell as a stone. Not made for forest walking. Very much city shoes. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes. Hey there, my verse, in witness of my love, and thou thrice crowned queen of night survey, with thy chaste eye, from thy pale sphere above, thy huntress name, that my full life doth sway. Oh, Rosalind, these trees shall be my books, and in their barks my thoughts I'll count, that every eye which in this forest looks shall see thy virtues witnessed everywhere. Run, Orlando, carve on every tree the fair, the chaste, the unexpressive she.
Oh, truly, shepherd, in respect of itself, it is a good life. But in respect that is a shepherd's life, it is naught. Now, in respect to that it is solitary, I like it very well. But in respect that it is private, it is a very vile life. Now, in respect that it is in the fields, it pleaseth me well. But in the fact that it is not in the court, I find it tedious. As it is a spare life, look you, fits my humour well. As there's no more plenty in it, it goes much against my stomach. Hast any philosophy in thee, shepherd?
No more, but that I know. The more one sickens, the worse at ease he is. And that he wants money, means, and content is always without three good friends. And that the property of rain is to wet, and fire to burn, and that good pasture makes fat sheep, and that a great cause of the night is lack of the sun.
And he that hath learned no nature, nor by wit, nor by art, may complain of good breed. They come of dull kin.
Such a one is a natural philosopher. Was thou ever in court, shepherd?
No, truly.
Thou art damned.
Nay, I hope.
Truly thou art damned, like an ill-roasted egg, all on one side.
For not being in court. Reason?
If thou wast never in court, thou never sawest good manners. And if thou never sawest good manners, thy manners must be wicked. And wickedness is sin. And sin is damnation. Thou art in a parlous state, shepherd.
Not a wet touchstone. Those that are the good manners at the court are as ridiculous in the court trees. The behaviour of the court is most mockable at the court. You told me you salute the court, but you kiss your hands. And that courtesy would be unclean. Courtiers' hands were shepherds.
Instance. Briefly, come. Instance.
Why are we still handling a ewes and their fowls you know are greasy?
Why do not your courtiers' hands sweat? And is not the sweat of a mutton as wholesome as the sweat of a man? Shallow, I say, a better instance, come.
Besides, hands are hard.
Your lips will feel them sooner. Shallow again, a more sounder instance, come.
And touchstone, they're tarred over with the surgery of our sheep. And you have us kiss the tar? The courtier's hands, perfumed with civet.
Stupid fat hobbit! How worms meet in respect of a good piece of flesh indeed. Learn of the wise and perpend. Suet is of a baser birth than tar, the very uncleanly flux of a cat. Many instance, shepherd.
You have too courtly a witch for me. Always.
Wilt thou rest damned? God help thee, most shallow man. God make incision in thee, thou art raw.
Sir, I am a true labourer. I earn what I eat, I get what I wear, I owe no man hate, I envy no man's happiness, I'm glad with other men's content. My greatest pride, just to see my ewes graze, my lambs suck.
Oh, no, wait, no, I say no, now, here, now, honey, here, now, wait a minute, that is another simple sin in you. To bring the ewes and the rams together. To offer to get you a living off of the copulation of cattle. To be born of a bellwether or to betray a she-lamb of a 12-month to a crooked-pated old cuckoldy ram against all reasonable match. Thou beest not damned for this. The devil himself will have no shepherds. I cannot see how thou else shouldst escape.
Here comes young Master Ganymede, my new mistress's brother.
Smoking again?
I'll let you tell.
Listen to this. From west to eastern Indy, no jewel is like Rosalind. Her worth being mounted on the wind, all the world bears Rosalind. mind, but black to Rosalind. Let no face be kept in mind, but the fair of Rosalind.
I'll crime you so. 8 years together, dinners and suppers, and sleeping hours expected. It is the right but a woman's rank to mark it.
Out the fool.
For a taste, if a heart do like a hind, let him seek out Rosalind. Now if the cat will after kind, so be sure will Rosalind. Winter garments must be lined, and so must slender Rosalind. Those that reap must sheath and bind, then to cart with Rosalind. Sweetest nut hath sourest rind, such a nut is Rosalind. Oh, he that sweetest rose must find, shall find love's prick and Rosalind. This is the very false gallop of verses. Why do you infect yourself with them?
He's dull fool. I found them on a tree.
Oh, a tree? What, this tree right here?
No, another tree.
Ah. So you're the one that's sticking up poems, eh? Well, put 'em up, put 'em up. I'll fight you with one arm. I'll fight you with both arms behind my back. And what are you going to say for yourself, see? Truly, the tree yields bad fruit.
I'll graft it with you, and then I'll graft it with a medlar. Here, you be the earliest fruit in the country, ere you be rotten, ere you be half ripe, and that is the true virtue of a medlar.
You have said, but whether wisely or no, let the forest judge.
Oh, peace. Oh, here comes my sister reading. Stand aside. Why should this desert be? For it is unpeopled. No. Tongues will hang on every tree that simple sayings show. How bereaved the life of man that runs his erring pilgrimage, and the stretching of a span that buckles in his summit of age. Some of violated vows twixt the souls of friend and friend. But upon the fairest vows where every sentence end, will I, Rosalinda, write, teaching all that read to know the quintessence of every spirit that heaven would in little show. When heaven nature's charge, that one's body should be filled with all the graces wide enlarged. Nature presently distilled Helen's cheek, but not his heart. Cleopatra's majesty, Atalanta's better pardon, sad Lucretia's modesty. Thus Rosalind of many parts, that heavenly sinew therefore devised, of many faces, eyes, and hearts, and the touches dearest prize. Heaven would that she these gifts should have, and I to live and die, her slave. What a tedious homily of Jupiter you've wearied your parishioners withal, and yet stop to cry, have patience, good people. Count our back, friends. Go off a little. Go with them, Sirrah.
Come along, shepherd. You must make an honourable retreat, yes? But not with bag and baggage, but with scrip and scrippage.
Sure. Didn't thou hear these verses? Aye, and many more. For some of them had more feet in them than the verses could bear. That's no matter. Maybe the feet bear the verses. Aye, but the feet were lame, and could not bear themselves without the verse, therefore stood lamely in the verse. Didn't thou hear without wondering how thy name should be hanged and carved upon these trees? I would Pythagoras' time, in which I was an Irish rat. I can hardly remember. Trow you. But who hath done this? Is it a man? And a chain that you once wore about his neck? Change you colour? Who? It's hard matter for friends to me, but mountains may be removed with earthquakes and so encounter. Nay, who is it? Is it possible? Nay, and with most petitionary vehemence, tell me who it is. Oh, wonderful, wonderful, and most wonderful, and yet again wonderful, and after that, out of all whooping, dost thou think, though that I am caparisoned like a man, I have a double nose in my disposition, one the inch of the Laymore is a south sea of discovery. I prithee, speak apace. I would that thou couldst stammer as to pour this concealed man's name out of your mouth, as a narrow-mouthed wine bottle pours forth wine, either too much at once, or none at all. I prithee, take the cork out of thy mouth, that I may drink thy tidings. So you can put a man in your belly? What manner of man is he? Is he of God's making? It's his head with the hat, his chin with the beard. Nay, he hath a little beard. Very little. My God, send more if the man be happy. Let me stay the growth of his beard, you do not deny me the knowledge of his chin. It's young Orlando who trapped up the restless heels in your heart, both in an instant. Nay, the devil takes mocking, speaks and blow a true maid. I thank us, 'tis he. Orlando! Orlando! Oh my God! Orlando! Orlando! In this forest! Orlando in this forest! Orlando in this forest! Alas, the day! What shall I do with my Dublin hose? What didst he when thou saw'st him? How looked he? What says he? What meets he here? Where remains he? Oh, did he ask for me? Oh, what did he when thou saw'st him? Oh, and how part he with thee? And when shalt thou meet again? How to me in one word? You must borrow me, thou get to his mouth first. 'Tis a word too great of any mouth of this age of size to say I and no to these particulars is more than to answer and catch this. But does he know I'm in this forest in man's apparel? Look as freshly as he did the day he wrestled. It's as easy to count agonies as it is to resolve the propositions of a love, but take taste of me finding him and relish it in good observance. I found him under a tree, like a dropped acorn, or may well be called Jove's tree when it drops from. Give me audience, good madame.
Where's he?
There he lay, stretched along, like a wounded knight. Well, it'd be a pity to see such a sight. Well becomes the ground. Cry hollow to the tongue. It convicts thee unseasonably. He was furnished like a hunter. I would sing my song without a burthen, but thou bringest me out of tune. Dost thou not know I am a woman? When I speak, I think, and I think I must speak. Sweet Sion, you bring me out. So comes he not here? Oh, 'tis he. Slink by and note him.
I thank you for your company. But Hare's life been based upon myself alone.
As had I, and yet for fashion's sake, I thank you too for your society.
Yeah, well, goodbye. And may we meet as little as we can.
Aye, I do desire we may be better strangers.
I pray you, man, no more trees by writing love songs on the bark.
I pray you, mar no more of my writings by reading them ill-favouredly.
Rosalind is your love's name, no?
Yes, just.
I do not like her name.
There was no thought of pleasing you when she was christened.
Yeah, what stature is she of?
Just as high as my heart.
Oh, you're full of pretty answers. You've not been acquainted with goldsmiths' wives and called them out by their names?
Not so, but I answer you at painted cloth from whence you've studied your questions.
greatest fault is to be in love.
'Tis a fault I will not change for your greatest virtue. How I am weary of you.
But my troth, I was seeking for a fool when I found you.
He's drowned in the brook. Look but in and you shall see him.
Aye, then I'll see my own face. I know.
Which I take to be either a fool or a cipher.
I'll tarry no longer with you. Goodbye, good Signor Lovin.
I am glad of your departure. Adieu, adieu, good Monsieur Melancholy.
I shall speak to him like a saucy lackey, and under that habit play the knave with him.
Do you hear, Forrester?
Very well, what would you?
I pray, what is 2:00?
You should ask me what time of day. There's no clock in the forest.
Then there's no true lover in the forest. Else, sighing every minute and groaning every hour would detect the lazy foot of time as well as a clock.
And why not the swift foot of time? Would that not have been as proper?
Time travels in diverse paces for diverse persons. I shall tell you who time ambles withal, who time trots withal, who time gallops withal, and who time stands still withal.
I prithee, who doth he trot withal?
Marry! He trots hard with a young maid, in between the contract of her marriage and the day to solemnize. Time's pace is so hard, even if it be the length of a se'nnight, it feels the length of 7 years.
Who doth he gallop withal?
With a priest that lacks Latin, and a rich man that hath not the gout. For one sleeps easily because he cannot study, the other lives merrily because he feels no pain. One not knowing the burden of weary, heavy learning, the other knowing no burden of heavy tears.
Who ambles time withal?
With a thief to the gallows, though he goes the swiftest foot can fall, he thinks himself too soon there.
Who stays it still withal?
With lawyers in the vacation, but though they sleep from term to term, they perceive not how time moves.
Where dwell you, pretty youth?
With this shepherdess, my sweet sister, in the skirts of the forest, like fringe on a petticoat.
Are you native of this place?
As the coney you see dwell where she is kindled.
Your accent is something finer than one could purchase in so removed a dwelling.
I've been told so of many. It was an old religious uncle of mine. Yes, he taught me how to speak, and in his youth he was an inland man. There he learned courtship, and there he fell in love. I've heard him read many lectures against it, and I thank God I'm not a woman to be touched with as many giddy offences as he hath generally taxed those sex withal.
Do you remember any of the principal evils that he laid to the charge of women?
No. They're all alike one another as half-pence are, the one fault seeming monstrous till its fellow folk came to match it.
I pray you recount some of them.
No, I will not cast away my physic, but on those that are sick. The young man who haunts this forest abuses our young plants, all forsooth to find the name Rosalind, hangs odes upon hawthorns, elegies upon brambles. If I could meet this fancy mama, I'd give him some good counsel, for I do believe the quotidian of love is upon him.
I am he that is so love-shaped?
No.
I pray you tell me your remedy.
There are none of my uncle's marks upon you. He taught me to know a man in love, in which prisoner of rushes you are not its prisoner.
What were his marks?
A lean cheek, which you have not. A blue eye sunken, which you have not. An unquestionable spirit, which you have not. A beard unkempt, which you have not. But I forgive you for that, for merely having a beard as a younger brother's written. Then, your host should be ungartered, your bonnet unbanded, your sleeve untied, your shoes unlaced, and everything about you demonstrating a careless desolation. What do you want? Rather point device in your accoutrements, more seeming the lover of yourself than lover of any other.
Youth, I would I could make thee believe I love.
Me believe you love? You'd as sooner make the one you love believe you love, which I warrant she's acted to do than say she does. One of the points in which women will still make the lie to their conscience. But, let's see, are you he that writes so sweetly about the lady Rosalind?
I swear to thee, youth, by the white hand of Rosalind, I am that he, that unfortunate he.
But are you as in loves as you always would say?
Neither rhyme nor reason can say how much.
Love is merely a madness. Deserves as well as a dark house and a whip, as madmen do. The reason why they're not so cured is that, well, the lunacy is so ordinary, the whippers are in love too. But I confess, curing it by counsel.
And did you ever cure any so?
Oh, yes, just one. He was, imagine me his mistress, and come to my coach every day and woo me, in which I, being but a moonish youth, would read, be effeminate, longing and liking, changeable, effacious, impish, childish, extremely mature. I would laugh at him, full of tears and full of smiles, till I drained my suitor from his mad humour of love to a living humour of madness, which was to forswear the full stream of the world and live in a nook, mini monastic. And thus, I killed him, and I would take it upon myself to wash your heart as clean as a sound sheep's river. Well, there be not one spot of love in it.
I would not be cured.
I would cure you, if you would, but come to my coach every day and woo me.
And by the faith of my love, I will. Tell me where it is.
Go to, I'll show you by, and you will tell me where in the forest you reside. Shall you go?
With all my heart, good youth.
Nay, you must call me Rosalind. Shall we go? Come, sweet sister.
Come apace, good Audrey. I will fetch up your coats, Audrey. And how, Audrey, am I the man yet? Doth my simple feature content you?
Your feature? Lord warrant us, what feature? Oh no.
I am here with thee and thy goats. As the most capricious poet honest Ovid was among the gods.
Oh, knowledge ill inhabited, worse than Job in a thatched house.
When a man's own verses cannot be understood, or a man's great wit seconded with the forward child, understanding, strikes a man more dead than a great reckoning in a little room. Truly, I would the gods had made thee poetical.
I do not know what poetical is. Is it honest in deed and word? Is it a true thing?
No, truly, for the truest poetry is the most feigning, and lovers are given to poetry, and what they swear in poetry may be said as lovers they do feign.
Do you wish then that the gods had made me poetical?
I do truly, for thou swearest to me thou art honest. Now if thou wert a poet, I might have some hope thou didst feign.
Would you not have me honest?
No, truly, unless thou wert hard-favoured. For is to have honey as sauce to sugar.
Oh, material.
Well, I am not fair, and therefore I pray the gods make me honest.
Truly. And to cast all honesty upon a foul slut, or to put good meat into an unclean dish.
I am not a slut! I thank the gods I am foul.
Well, praise be the gods for thy foulness. Sluttishness may come hereafter. But, be that as it may, I will marry thee. but, don't panic, Mr. Maverick. But, to that end, some of you got that, gracias. To that end, I've been with Sir Oliver Martext, the vicar of the next village, who hath agreed to meet me in this place of the forest. And to couple us.
Oh, fancy this, Mason.
The gods give us joy!
Amen. A man may, if he were of a fearful heart, stagger in this intent. For we have no temple but the forest, no assembly but horned beasts. But what then? Courage. As horns are odious, they are necessary. It is said that a man knows no end of his goods, right? Many a man hath good horns and knows no end of them. Well, that is the dowry of his wife. There's none of his own getting. Horns. Even so, poor men alone. No! Even the noble deer hath them as huge as the rascal. Is the single man therefore blessed? No! As a walled town is more worthier than a village, so too is the forehead of a married man, more honourable than the bare brow of a bachelor, and by how much defence is better than no skill, by so much as a horn more precious than to want. But, quoi? Oh! Sir Oliver!
Hey!
Sir Oliver! Oh, thanks, you are well met. Will you dispatch us here under this tree, or shall we go with you to your chapel? Is there none here to giveth the woman? I will not take her on gift of any man.
But surely she must be given, for the wedding is not lawful.
I proceed. Proceed. I'll give her.
Well, good even, Mr. What you call? How do you, good sir? You are well met. God of you for your last company. I'm very glad to see you. Even with a toy in hand here, sir. Pray be covered.
Will you be married, Motley?
Well, as the ox hath his bow, sir, and the horse his curb, and the falcon her bells, and as pigeon's bill, so wedlock would be nibbling.
Jesus. Well, you being a man of your breeding, being married like a beggar under a bush, get thee to a priest, to a church, so that you can be told what marriage is. This fellow will join you as they join wainscot. When one of you proves to be a shrunk panel, like green timber, you'll warp and warp.
You know, I'm not in the mind, but I'd rather be married of him than of another, you know what I'm saying? For he's not like to marry me well, and, well, not being very well married, it might be a good excuse hereafter to leave my wife.
Go thou with me now! I must counsel thee!
Blind Dad. Come, sweet Audrey, we must be married or we must live in Bawdrey. Farewell, oh sweet Oliver, oh brave Oliver, leave me not behind thee, but wend away. Be gone, I say, not to wedding with thee.
Tis no matter. Near a fantastical knave with them. All shall float me out of my calling. That way, that's better.
Never talk to me. I will weep. Do I prithee, but have the grace to consider that tears do not become a man. Have I not cause? As much cause as one should desire, therefore weep. His hair is a very dissembling colour. Something browner than Judas's. Mary, his kisses are Judas's own children. His hair is a good colour. An excellent colour. But your chestnut was ever the other colour. His kissing full of sanctity, like a touch of holy bread. He had brought up here cast lips of Diana, a winter sister of none more religiously, the very ice of chastity in them. Then why did he say he would come this morning and he comes not? Nay, there's certainly no truth in him. You think so? I think he's not a pig purse nor a horse stealer, but for his verity and love, I think he's as concave as a cover goblet or a worm-eaten nut. Not true in love. Yes, when he is in, but I think he's not in. You have heard him swear downright he was. Was is not is. Besides, the oath of a lover is no stronger than the word of a tapster. They are both the confirmer of false reckonings. And he presides here in the forest on the Duke, your father. I met the Duke the other day and had much question with him. He asked of me in what parentage I was, which I said, as good as you. He laughed. Let me go. But what talk we of fathers when there's such a man as Orlando? Oh, that's a brave man. He writes brave verses, speaks brave words, makes brave oaths, and breaks them bravely. Why traverses toward the heart of his lover as a puny tilter, but spurs his horse on one side, mounts his staff like a noble goose. But all's brave the youth guides and boy mounts. Look who comes here.
Mistress, master, you've often inquired after the shepherd and complained of love who you saw sitting by me on the turf, praising the proud, disdainful shepherdess that was his mistress.
Well, and what of him?
Well, if you will see, Paget truly played between the pale complexion of true love and the red glow of scorn and proud disdain, then go hence a little, and I shall conduct you if you will mark it.
Come, let us remove. The sight of lovers feedeth those in love. Show us to the sight, and I'll say, I'll prove a busy actor in their play.
Sweet Phoebe, do not scorn me. Do not, Phoebe. Look, say that you love me not, but say not so in bitterness. Yet the common executioner, whose heart the accustomed sight of death makes hard, falls not the axe upon the humble neck, but first begs pardon. Will you sterner be than he that dies and lives by bloody drops?
I would not be thy executioner. I fly thee, for I would not injure thee. Thou tellest me there is murder in mine eyes. 'Tis very sure and very probable that eyes which are the frailest and softest things who shut their coward gates on enemies should be called tyrants, butchers, murderers. Now I do frown upon thee with all my heart, and if mine eyes can wound, let them kill thee. Now, Cuthbert, to swoon my now fall down. Oh, for shame, for shame. Lie not to say mine eyes are murderers. Sure I have made of thee. Scratch thee but with the pain, and there remains I am sure there's no force in ours that can do hurt.
Oh, dear Phoebe. You know, if ever, as there ever may be near you meet in some fresh cheek the power of fancy, then shall you know the wounds invisible that love's keen arrow makes.
But till that time, come thou not near me. And when that time comes, afflict me with thy mocks, pity me not. As till that time I shall not pity thee. And why, I pray you? Who is your mother that you insult all at once over the wretched?
Wretched?
For I see there is no beauty in you, as one without candle may go dark to bed. Why therefore must you be proud and pitiless? God. What means you by this? Why look you so upon me? I see nothing in you but the ordinary of nature's sail work. By Christ, odds of my life, she means to tangle my eyes too. Oh no, faith, hope not after it, proud mistress. 'Tis not your inky black brows, your limpid blonde hair, your bugle eyeballs, or your cheeks of cream that contain my spirits for your worship. You foolish shepherd! Wherefore do you follow her, like a foggy sow, puffing with wind and rain? You are 1,000 times a better man than she, a woman. 'Tis such fools as you that make the world full of ill-favoured children. 'Tis not her glass that favours her, but you. And through you she sees herself more beautiful than her lineaments can make her. But, mistress, down on your knees and pray to God, fasting for a good man's love. For I must tell you friendly in your ear. Sell when you can, you're not for all markets. Oh! Cry the man mercy, take his offer. Foul as most foul, being foul to be a scoffer. Therefore, take her to you. Good day. Sweet youth! Pray you chide a year together. I'd much rather hear you chide with this thing. He's fallen in love with your foulness. She'll fall in love with my anger. As quick as she serves with mean looks, I'll sauce her with some nasty words. Why look you so upon me? No ill will I bear you. I pray you, do not fall in love with me. I'm falser than vows made in wine. Besides, I like you not. If you would know of me, I live at the tuft of olives here hard by. Shepherd, sister, come with. Shepherd, ply her hard. He got this. Sister, come. Shepherdess, look on him better, for all the world can see. None could be as abused in sight as he. To our flock.
Thanks.
Dear shepherd, now I find thy sore of might. Whoever loved but loved in the first sight.
Sweet Phoebe.
What sayest thou, Sylvius?
Sweet Phoebe, pity me!
Why, I am sorry for the gentle Sylvius.
Ah! Wherever sorrow is, relief would be. If you do sorrow at my grief and love by giving love your sorrow, and my grief are both exterminate.
Thou hast my love. Is that not neighborly?
I would have you.
God! That was covetousness! Sylvius, the time was I hated thee. Yet, it's not that I barely love. But since that thou canst talk of love so well, thy company, which erst was irksome to me, I will endure. And I'll employ thee too. But do not look for further recompense than thine own gladness. Thou art employed.
Oh, so holy and so perfect is my love, and I such a poverty of grace. Oh, thank you. That I shall think it a most pleasant plenteous crop to glean the ears after the main harvest reaps. Loose now in a scattered smile, and that I'll live upon.
Was thou the youth that spoke to me ere while?
Nah. Not very well. I mean, I've met him oft. Yet he hath bought the cottage in the bounds that the old Carlet once was master of.
Think not I love him, though I ask for him. 'Tis but a heathish boy, and he talks well. But what care I for words? Yet words do well when he that speaks them pleases those that hear. 'Tis a pretty youth, not very pretty. Sure, he's proud. It is pride that comes in. He'll make a proper man. The best thing in him is his complexion. And fasten his tongue did make a face, his eye heel it up. He's not very tall. For his years he's tall. His legs but so, yet 'tis well. There's a pretty redness in his lip. A little riper and more lusty red than that mixed in his cheek. So it's just the difference betwixt the constant red and mingled damask. The basic woman Sylvius. A day marksman parcels, as I did, would have gone near to fall in love with him. But for my part, I love him not. Nor I hate him not. And yet have more cause to hate him than to love him. For what had he to do to chide me? He said, mine eyes were black, and my hair livid. And now I remembered, scorned at me. I muffled my answer not again. That's all one. Admittance is no quittance. I shall write to him a very tainting letter. And thou shalt bear it, wilt thou, Sylvius?
Phoebe, with all my heart.
I'll write it straight. The matter's in my head and in my heart. I'll be bitter with him and passing short. Go with me, Sylvius.
I pray thee, pretty youth, let me be better acquainted with thee.
They say you are a melancholy fellow.
I am so, but I love it better than laughter.
Those that are in the extremity of either betray themselves to everybody's censure, worse than drunkards.
Why? It's good to be sad and say nothing.
Why then, it is good to be a host.
I've neither the scholar's melancholy, which is emulation, nor the musicians, which is fantastical, nor the courtiers, which is prude, nor the soldiers, which is ambitious, nor the lawyers, which is politic, ladies, which is nice, or the lovers, which is all of these. It is a melancholy of mine own, compounded with many simples and extracted from many objects. It is a sundry contemplation of my travels, which in often rumination embraces me in the most humorous sadness.
Why, a traveller, you have great reason to be sad. I fear you've sold your own lands to see other men's. Why then, to have seen much and to have nothing is to have rich eyes and poor hands.
Yes, I have gained my experience.
And your experience makes you sad. I'd rather have a fool to make me merry than experience to make me sad. And to travel for it, too.
Good day and happiness, dear Rosalind.
Oh, shite. Go by you. May you talk in blank verse.
Farewell, Monsieur Traveller. May you lisp and wear strange suits. To say Save all the benefits of your own country, be out of love with your own nativity, and chide God for making you the countenance that you are, or else scarcely you swam in a gondola. How now, Orlando? You, a lover? You served me such another trick. Come in my sight once more.
My sweet Rosalind, I come within an hour of my promise.
Break an hour's promise in the affairs of love. He who would break a minute into 1,000 pieces and break but 1,000 of the minute in the hours of love may be said of him that Cupid hath clapped him off the shoulder, but I'll warrant him heart whole.
Pardon me, dear Rosalind.
Nay! And come on my side not once more! And his life be wooed of a snail.
Of a snail.
Aye, of a snail. Though he comes slow, he carries his house on his head. Better juncture, I think, than you make a woman. Besides, he brings his destiny with him.
What's that?
Right, thoughts, which is such as you are to be beholding your wife's for. But he comes armed in his fortune and prevents the slander of his wife.
Fortune is no horn maker, and my Rosalind is virtuous.
And I'm impossible.
And pleases him to call you so, but he hath a Rosalind bitterlier than you.
Come, come! I will now be your Rosalind in a more holiday humour, and ask of me what you will.
I would kiss before I spoke.
No, you better speak first. And, for one, when you have grovelled for matter, you may take occasion to kiss. Great orators, when they're out, they will spit. Lovers, lacking God warns matter. Suppose the cleanest shift is to kiss.
How if the kiss be denied?
Well, then she puts you into entreaty, and there begins new matter.
Who could be outbeat before their beloved mistress?
I, marry, should you, if I be your mistress, for I'll think my honesty ranketh in my wit.
What of my suit?
No, not out of your suit, and yet out of your apparel. Am I not your Rosalind?
I take some joy to say you are, because I would be talking of her.
Well, in her person, I will not have you.
Then in my own person, I die.
Oh no! No, no, no. No, Orlando, the world is but 6,000 years old, and never has a man died in his own person, videlicet a love cause. Trelue had his brains dashed out with a Grecian club, yet he did what he could to die before. These are the patterns of love. Leander would have lived many a year if Hero he'd not turned, but if it were not for a hot midsummer night, in which, good youth, he went but forth to wash himself in the Hellespont, and, being taken with the cramp, was drowned. And the foolish chroniclers of the age said it was Hero of Sestos. But these are all lies. Men have died from time to time, and worms have eaten them, but not for love.
Would not have my right Rosalind of that night. If I protest her frown might kill me.
Oh, by this hand, it shall not kill a fly. Come, come. I'll be your Rosalind in a more coming on disposition, and ask of me what you will. I shall grant it.
Then love me, Rosalind.
Aye, I will. Fridays and Saturdays and all.
And wilt thou have me?
Aye, 20 such.
What sayst thou?
Are you not good?
I hope so.
Then can one have too much of a good thing? Come, sister, you shall marry us.
I prithee, marry us.
I cannot say the words. You must begin. Will you, Orlando?
Will you, Orlando, have to wife this Rosalind? I will.
Aye, but when?
Why now, as fast as she can marry us?
Well, then you must say, I take thee, Rosalind, for wife.
I take thee, Rosalind, for wife.
Excuse you? Bloody hell. Well, I may ask you for your commission, but I take thee, Orlando, for my husband. May, not the ever. Orlando! Men are April when they woo, December when they wed. Maids are May when they are maids, but the weather changes when they are wives. I'll be more jealous of thee than a barleycock pigeon over his hen, more clamorous than a parrot against rain, more newfangled than an ape, more giddy in Midas' eyes than a monkey. I shall weep like Diana in the fountain when thou art disposed to be merry, and I shall laugh like a hind when thou art inclined to sleep.
But will my Rosalind do so?
Then laugh, she'll do as I do.
Oh, but she is wise.
Stop it. Or else we could not have the wit to do this. The wiser, the waywarder, make doors on a woman's wit, and it will out the casement. Stop that, and it will out the keyhole. Shut that, and it will fly with smoke out the chimney.
A man who had a wife with such a wit, he might say wit with a wilt.
You may keep the check for it when you find your wife's wit going into your neighbour's bed.
What wit could wit have to excuse that?
Marry, she came to seek you there. You'll never take a woman without an answer, unless you take her without her tongue. Oh, woe be to the woman who cannot make her fault her husband's occasion. Let her never nurse her children herself. She will breed them like fools.
For these 2 hours, Rosalind, I will leave thee.
Nay, alas! I cannot live without you 2 hours.
I must attend the Duke at dinner. By 2 o'clock, I will be with thee again.
Go your ways, go your ways. I knew what you would prove. My friends told me as much, and yet I thought no less. 'Tis but one castaway, and so come death. 2 o'clock is your hour.
Aye, sweet Rosalind.
By my troth, so God made me, by all the pretty oaths that are not dangerous, if you come 1 minute behind your hour, or break 1 iota of this promise, I will think you the most pathetical promise breaker, and the most hollow lover, and the most unworthy of her you call Rosalind, that may be chosen out of the gross band of the unfaithful. Therefore, beware my censure. Keep your promise.
With no less religion than if thou wert indeed my Rosalind. And so, adieu.
Well, time's the old justice that examines such offenders, and let time try. Adieu.
Which is he that killed the deer? Well, let's present him to the Duke like a Roman conqueror. Set the poor deer's horns upon his head, like the branch of victory. Forester, have you no song for this purpose?
Yes, sir!
Well, sing it then. No matter if it be in tune, as long as it make noise.
What shall we have that killed the deer?
and no. I warrant you with pure love and a troubled brain, tying his bow and arrows and has gone forth to sleep. Look who've come here.
Ah, my errand is to you, fair youth. Let's go. My gentle Phoebe did bid me give you this. I know not the contents, but as I gather by the stern brow and waspish action which he did use while writing it, it bears an angry tenor. Pardon me, for I am but a guiltless messenger.
Patience yourself would startle at this letter and play swaggerer. Bear this, bear all. She says I lack manners, that I am unhandsome, that I stink, that she could not love me if man were as rare as a phoenix. Odds my life, her love is not the hare I hunt. Why writes she so to me? Dear shepherd, this is a letter of your own device.
No, I protest. Phoebe did write it.
Come now, you are a fool in love. I saw her hand. She has a leathern hand, a freestone-coloured hand. I verily did think her old gloves were on, but it was her hands.
She does have very big hands.
She has a housewife's hand. But it's no matter. I say she did not invent this letter. This is a man's writing, and a man's hand. How?
Oh, sure, it is hers.
How? 'Tis a boisterous and cruel style, a style for challenges. She challenges me, but Turk to Christian, woman's gentle brain could not drop forth such cruel invention. Such Ethiop words, blacker in their effect than in their countenance. Do you want to hear the letter?
Oh, so please you, for I never heard it yet. Yet heard too much of Phoebe's cruelties.
She Phoebe's me, mark how the tyrant writes. Why thy godhead laid apart, warst thou with a woman's heart? Did you ever hear such a railing?
I'll call you this railing.
While the eyes of man did woo me, that could do no vengeance to me, meaning me, a beast. If the scorn in your bright eye had the power to raise such love in mine, love in mine, alack in me what strange effect would thy work in mild aspect? Whilst you tried me I did love, then how might your prayers move? He that brings this love to me little knows this love in me. And by him seal up thy mind, whether that thy youth and kind will the faithful overtake of me in all that I can make, or else by him my love deny, and then I'll study how to die. Ugh.
Call you this chiding!
Alas, poor shepherd. Do you pity him? Well, did you hear that? No. Don't pity him. Don't. They're recording this. Shut up! Would you love this woman? To play you like an instrument, play false strains upon you, not to be endured. Well, go your ways to her, for I see love hath made thee a tame sea. Say this to her, that if she were to love me, I charge her to love thee. If she will not, I will not have her, and unless you entreat for her. Do this.
Okay.
And now, more company!
Pray you if you know. Where in the purlieus of this forest stands a sheepcote, fenced about olive trees?
Well, west of this place, down the neighbourhood bottom by the rank of osiers, past the murmuring stream, left on your right hand brings you to the place. But in this hour the house doth keep itself, there's none within.
may profit by a tongue, then I should know you by description. Such garments and such years, the boy is fair, a female favour, and bestows himself like a ripe sister, the woman low and browner than her brother. Are not you the owners of the house I did inquire for?
It's no boast being asked to say we are.
Orlando doth commend to you both. And to that youth he calls his Rosalind. He sends this bloody napkin. Are you he?
I am. What am I to know about it?
Smoke my shame if you're to know what woman I am, and how and why and where this page was stained.
Well, I pray you, tell it.
Well, last the young Orlando parted from me, he left a promise to return again. Within an hour, and pacing through the forest, chewing the food as sweet and spicy. Lo, what befell? He threw his eye aside, and marked what object to present itself. Under an old oak, whose boughs were mossed with age, with high top, bald with dry antiquity, a wretched poor woman, overgrown with hair, lay sleeping on her back. About her neck, a green and gilded snake had wreathed itself, who, with her head nimble in threats, approached the opening of her mouth. But, seeing Orlando, it unlipped itself, and with indented glides did slip away into a bush, under which bush's shade, a lioness, with udders, all drawn dry, lay couching, head on ground in cat-like watch, when that the sleeping woman should stir, for 'tis the royal disposition of that beast to prey on nothing but to seem us dead. This scene, Orlando did approach the woman, and found it was his sister, his elder sister.
Oh, I've heard him speak of this same sister, but he did render her the most unnatural that livest amongst men.
And well he might so do, for well I know she was unnatural.
What? Did he leave her there? Food to the hungry and soft lioness?
Twice did he turn his back, and purpose so, but kindness nobler ever than revenge, and nature stronger than his just occasion, made him give battle to the lioness, who quickly fell before him, in which hurtling from miserable slumber, I awaked.
Are you his sister?
Was it you he rescued?
'Twas I, but it is not I. I do not shame to tell you what I was, since my conversion so sweetly tastes, being the thing I am.
What's for the bloody napkin?
Oh, by and by. From first the last betwixt us two, tears our accountants had most kindly bathed as how I came into that desert place. A brief, he led me before the gentle Duke, and gave me fresh array and entertainment, committing unto me my brother's love, who led me instantly unto his cave, there stripped himself, and here upon his arm the lioness had torn some flesh away, which all this while had bled. And now he fainted, and cried in fainting upon Rosalind. Brief, I recovered him, bound up his wound, and given some small space, being strong at heart, he sent me hither, stranger as I am, to tell this story, so that you might excuse his broken promise, and to give this napkin, dyed in this blood, to that shepherd youth that he doth consport for his Rosalind. Oh, whoa, okay.
Why, how not Ganymede, sweet Ganymede?
Many will swoon when they look upon blood.
Oh, there's more in it, cousin Ganymede.
Look, here it comes.
I would
hear you. Oh, wait, hold up. Are you a man? You lack a man's heart. Also, your beard looks like it's been drawn on with eyeliner.
Eyeliner. Woman stuff. Ha! Yes, our body would think this was well counterfeited. I pray you tell your brother how well I counterfeited. Hey ho.
Oh, no, hold up. This was not counterfeit. There is too great testimony in your complexion. This was a passion of earnest.
Counterfeit, I assure you.
Well then, take a good heart and, wait, hold on. Counterfeit to be a man.
Maybe I will. But, in all honesty, I should have been a woman by right.
Come, you look paler. Paler? Pray you draw homewards. Go with us.
That I will. I must bear answers back. How you excuse my brother Rosalind?
I'll devise something. Pray you commend my counterfeiting to him.
Sure. You lot aren't buying this, right?
We shall find a time, Audrey. Patience, gentle Audrey.
Faith, the priest was good enough. Not again. Of all gentlemen saying.
Oh, a most wicked Sir Oliver Audrey, a most vile Martex. Ooh, but Audrey, there is a youth in this here forest lays claim to you.
I know it is. He hath no interest in me in the world. Here comes the man you mean.
Oh, it is meat and drink for me to see a clown by my troth. We that have good wits have much to answer for. We shall be flouting, we cannot hold. Good evening, Audrey.
Good evening, William.
And good evening to you, sir. Oh, good evening, gentle friend. Cover thy head. Nay, look at me, cover thy head. How old are you, friend?
5 and 20, sir.
Right age. Is thy name Will.I.am?
William, sir.
A fine name. Was born in the forest here.
Aye, sir. I thank God.
You thank God! A good answer. Art thou rich?
Faith, sir, so.
Oh, so. Yeah. That's good. Very excellent, very good. And yet it's not. It's kind of so. A little bit so. It's a little bit so. Art thou wise?
I have a pretty wit.
Thou sayest well. I do now remember a saying. The fool doth think he's wise. The wise man knows himself to be a fool. The heathen philosopher, when he had the desire to eat a grape, would open his lips before popping it into his mouth, meaning thereby that grapes were made to eat and lips to open. You do love this maid?
I do, sir.
Give me thy hand. Art thou learned?
No, sir.
Then look this at me. To have is to have, for it is a common figure of rhetoric that drink being poured out of a cup into a glass, by emptying one he doth fill the other. For all your writers do consent that Ips is he, and now you are not Ips, for I am he.
Which he, sir?
He, sir, that must marry this woman. Therefore, you clown, you bumbling goose, abandon. Which, in the vulgar is leave the society, which in the boorish is the company, of this female, which in the common is woman, which together is abandon the society of this female, or clown thou perishest, or to thy better understanding thou diest, or to wit, I kill thee. Make thee away. Translate thy life into death, thy liberty into bondage. I will deal in poison with thee, or in bastinado, or in steel. I will bandy thee with faction. I will overrun thee with police. I will kill thee 150 ways. Therefore tremble. Your mother was a hamster, and your father smelt of elderberries. Now go away, or I shall taunt you a second time.
God rest ye faithful, sir. Master seek you. Come away.
Tripotry, I attend.
Oh, hello. Is it possible that on so little acquaintance you should like her? But see it. You should love her. And loving woo, and wooing she should grant. And will you persevere to enjoy her?
Neither call the giddiness of it in question. The poverty of her, the small acquaintance, my sudden wooing or sudden consenting, but stay with me. I love Aliena. Say with her that she loves me. Consent with both, so that we may enjoy each other. It shall be to your good, for my father's house, and all of the revenue that was old Sir Rowland's, I will estate upon you, and here I'll live and die a shepherdess.
You have my consent. Let the wedding be tomorrow. Thither will I invite the Duke and all his contented followers. Go you and prepare Aliena. For look you here comes my Rosalind.
Okay.
Tomorrow, sister.
And you, fair sister.
She's just so fast. Orlando, how please me to see me wear thy partner's scarf!
It is my arm.
I thought you had your heart wounded with the claws of a lion.
Wounded it is, but with the eyes of a lady.
Did your sister tell you how well I counterfeited when she showed me your handkerchief?
Aye, greater wonders than that.
Yeah. No, I know where you are. Never was there anything so sudden than the fight of two rams or Caesar's thrasonical brag of I came, I saw, I overcame. No sooner did your sister meet mine than they looked. No sooner they looked than they loved. No sooner loved than they sighed. No sooner sighed than they asked one another the reason why. No sooner found the reason than they found the remedy. And in these degrees, they've made a pair of stairs to marriage, in which they will climb in content, or else be incontinent from marriage. They will together, in the very wrath of love, clubs cannot part them.
They will be married tomorrow, and I will bid the Duke to the nuptial. But how bitter a thing it is to look at happiness through another one's eyes. By so much the more shall I tomorrow be at the height of heart heaviness. By how much I shall think my sister happy, in having what she wishes for.
Why then tomorrow can I not take your turn for Rosalind?
I can live no longer by thinking.
Then I will weary you no longer with idle talking. Know me then, for now I speak to some purpose, but I know you are a gentleman of good conceit. I speak not this, that you should bear a good opinion of my knowledge, insomuch just to say, I know you are. Neither do I labour for some greater esteem that may in some little measure draw belief from you, to do you good, not to honour me. Believe, if you will then, that I can do strange things. sister marries Aliena, so too will you marry her. I know into what straits of fortune she's driven, and it is not impossible for me, that it is not inconvenient for you, to put her before your sight tomorrow, human as she is, without danger.
Speakst thou in sober meaning?
By my life, I do, which I tender dearly, though I say I'm a magician. So, you now best array, bid your friends, for you shall be married tomorrow, you shall, and to Rosalind you will. Oh, here comes a lover of mine. Oh. And a lover of hers! You have done me much ungentleness to show the letter that I have written. I don't care. 'Tis my study to seem despiteful and ungentle to you, to have followed by a faithful shepherd. Look upon him, love him, worship you. Good shepherd, tell this youth what 'tis to love.
Ugh, it's all to be made of sighs and tears. So am I for Phoebe.
And so am I for Ganymede.
And I for Rosalind.
And I for no woman.
It is to be all made of faith and service. And so am I for Phoebe.
So I for Ganymede.
And I for Rosalind.
And I for no woman.
It is all to be made of fantasy, all made of passion, and all made of wishes. All adoration, duty, and observance, all humbleness, all patience and impatience, all purity, all trial, all observance, and so am I for my Phoebe.
And so am I for Ganymede.
And so am I for Rosalind.
And so am I for no woman! If this be so, why blame you me to love you?
If this be so, why blame you me to love you?
If this be so, why blame you me to love you?
What do you speak to? Why blame you me to love you?
To her who is not here, nor doth not hear.
Peace! No more of this. It's like the howling of Irish wolves against the moon. I would love you if I could. I will help you if I can. Tomorrow, we'll meet. I shall marry you if I ever marry a woman, and you shall be married tomorrow. I shall satisfy you if I've ever satisfied a man, and you shall be married tomorrow. To Phoebe.
Oh.
I will content you, if what pleases you contents you, and you shall be married tomorrow. As you love Rosalind, meet. As you love Phoebe, meet. And as I love no woman, I'll meet. There, I've given you commands, fare ye well.
I'll not fail, if I live.
Nor I.
All right.
Tomorrow's the joyful day, Audrey! Tomorrow we shall be married!
Oh, I do desire it with all my heart, and I hope it is your dishonest desire to desire to be a woman of the world. Here come 7 of the banished Duke's pages.
Well met, honest gentlemen.
My troth, yes. Well met. Come, sit, and a song.
We're for you. Sit in the middle.
Shall we clap into it roundly, without talking, or spitting, or saying we're horse, which are only prologues to a bad voice?
Aye, faith. And both in a tune like two gypsies on a horse.
It was a lover and his lass, with a hay and a hoe, and a hay, naughty, naughty, that all the green cornfields did pass. In the springtime, the only dreary time, when birds do sing, hey, ding, 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 sweet lovers, love that spring. And therefore take the present time, with a hay and a hoe, and a hay, naughty, naughty, about this ground with the pride. In the springtime, the only dreary time, when birds do sing.
we lost not our time.
Let's get out of here.
My trope, yes. I consider it time lost to hear such an awful song. God buy you. Augment your voices. Come, Audrey!
Dost thou believe, Orlando, that the boy can do all this that he hath promised?
I sometimes do believe and sometimes do not. Like those who fear, they hope, and know they fear.
Patience once more, while our co-pact is urged. You say, O Duke, that if I bring your daughter, you shall bestow her upon Orlando here?
I would, had I kingdoms to give with here.
And Orlando, you'll have her when I bring her.
That would I were our of all kingdoms king.
Phoebe, you'll marry me if I be willing.
That will I, shall die the hour after.
But if you not, you will bestow yourself upon this faithful shepherd.
So is the bargain.
Shepherd, you will have her if I won't.
Oh, though to have her and death were both one thing.
So now go to make this all clear. Keep your bargain, Duke. Keep your bargain, Orlando. Keep your bargain to marry me, but if not, marry he. Simply keep your bargain to have her if I won't. And here I go to make all these matters even.
Do remember in the shepherd's voice some lively touches of my daughter's favour.
My lord, the first time I ever saw him, methought he was a brother to your daughter. But, my good lord, this boy is forest born, and hath been tutored in many desperate studies by his uncle, whom he reports to be a great magician.
To be sure, there is another flood toward, and these couples are coming to the ark. Oh, look you now. Here comes another pair of very strange-looking beasties, which in all tongues are called foes.
Aha! 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 Salutations and greeting to you all.
Oh, good my lord, bid him. This is the motley-minded gentleman that I've met so oft in the forest. He swears he's been the courtier.
If any man doubt that, let him put me to my purgation. I have trod a measure, I have flattered a lady, I have been politic with my friend, and smooth with mine enemy. I have undone 3 tailors. I've had 4 quarrels, and I would like to have fought one.
The hell was that taken up?
Well, faith we met and found that the quarrel was upon the 7th cause.
The 7th cause, we'll go into that in a minute. Good my lord, you like this fellow?
I like him very well.
What's up, Jack? God you, good sir, I do desire you of the like. Now, I press in here, sir, amongst the rest of these, country copulatives, to swear and to forswear according as marriage binds and blood breaks. A poor virgin, sir. An ill-favoured thing, sir, but mine own. As poor humour it is of mine to take that no man else will. Rich honesty dwells like a mincer, sir, in a poor house, as your pearl in your foul oyster.
By my faith, he is both swift and sententious.
According to the fool's bolt, sir, and such dulcet diseases.
But the 7th cause business. How did you come to the quarrel on the 7th cause?
Upon a lie, 7 times removed, make your body more seeming, Audrey. As thus, sir. I did dislike the cut of a certain courtier's beard. He sent me word that if I said it was not well cut, he was in the mind it was. And this is called the retort courteous. And if I said again it was not well cut, he sent me word that he cut it to please himself. And this is called the quip modest. And if again I said it was not well cut, he disabled my judgment. And this is called the reply churlish. And if again it was not well cut, he answered that I speak not true. And this is called the reproof valiant. And if again it was not well cut, he said that I lie. And this is called the counter-check quarrelsome, and sorrow lie circumstantial, and the lie direct.
So how many times did you tell him his beard was not well cut?
He durst go no further than the lie circumstantial, nor he durst go no further than the lie direct. And so we measured swords and parted.
Can you nominate now, in order, the degrees of the line?
Burns us! Sir, we do quarrel in print, by the book, but since you have the books for good manners, I will name you the degrees. The first, the retort courteous, the second, the quip modest, the third, the reply churlish, the fourth, the reproof valiant, the fifth, the counter-check quarrelsome, the sixth, the lie circumstantial, and the seventh, the lie direct. All of these you may avoid, except the lie direct, and you may avoid that too with an F. Ooh. See, I knew when 7 justices could not make up a quarrel, but when the parties were met themselves, one of them thought what of an if, as if you had said so, then I had said so. And so they shook hands and swore brothers. If is your only peacemaker, much virtue, if.
Is this not a rare fellow indeed, my lord? He's as good as anything, and yet still a fool.
This is funny, like a stalking horse, and under presentation of that, he shoots his way.
Then there is mirth in heaven. Worldly things made even atone together. Good Duke, receive thy daughter. Hymen from heaven brought her. Hey, brought her hither. That thou mightest join his hand with his, whose heart within his bosom is.
To you I give myself, for I am yours. And to you I give myself, for I am yours.
If there be truth in sight, you are my daughter. Ah.
If there be truth in sight, you are my Rosalind.
If sight and shape be true, why then my father Jew?
I'll have no father if you be not he, nor near wed husband if you be not he, nor near wed woman if you be not she.
Peace! Oh! I bar confession. There must be a conclusion of these most strange events. Here 8 must take hands to join in Hymen's bands, if truth holds true contents. You and you, no cross shall part. You and you, our heart in heart. You, to his love must accord, or have a woman to your lord. You and you are sure together, as the winter to foul weather. feed yourselves with questioning. The reasons wonder may diminish. How thus we meet and these things finish.
I am the second child of old Sir Rosalind that bring these tidings to this fair assembly. Duke Frederick. Hearing how that every day men of great worth resorted to this forest, addressed a mighty power, which were on foot in his own conduct, purposely to take his brother Hare and put him to the sword. And to the skirts of this wild wood he came, where, meeting with an old religious man, after some question with him, was converted, both from his enterprise and from the world, the crown bequeathing to his banished brother. And all the land restored him again that were with him exiled. Oh, this to be true, I do engage my life.
Welcome, young man. Thou offers fairly to thy brother's wedding. To one as lands withheld, to the other a land itself at large. A potent dukedom. But first, in this forest, let us do those ends that were first here, well begun and well begot. Then each and every of this happy number who has shared shrewd days and nights with us shall share in the good of our returned fortune. But let us not feign this newfound dignity. Let us fall into our rustic revelry. Play music, and brides and bridegrooms all, measured heap and joy, to the measures full!
Well, your patience, sir, if I heard you rightly, the Duke had put on a religious life and thrown into contempt of Monk's court?
He hath?
Thank you very much, people. Still much matter to be heard and learned from these convertites. To you, I bequeath your honour, your patience and your virtue, well deserved. To you two, oh my, the love of true faith doth merit. You two, the lands, the love, and great allies. You two, a long and well-made band. And you two, wrangling. Thy loving voyage is but 2 months victuals. Right, to your pleasures. I am not for dancing mates.
Stay, Jacques, stay!
See no pastime I. What you'll have, I'll stay to know. I'll be at your abandoned cave. Well done, dog apes. Well done.
proceed! Let's begin these rites, as we do trust. They'll end in true delight!
Are we ready? Are we ready?
There was a lover and his lass with a hay and a hoe and a hey nonny nonny that o'er the green cornfields did pass. In the springtime, the only pretty time, when birds do sing, hey ding a ding ding, sweet lovers love the spring. Therefore take the present time with a hey and a hoe and a hey nonny nonny, for love is crowned with the pride. In the springtime, the only pretty time, when birds do sing, hey ding a ding ding, sweet lovers love the spring. Between the acres of the Rhine, with a hey and a hoe and a hey nonny nonny, these great country folks will lie. In the springtime, the only pretty time, when birds do sing, hey ding a ding ding, sweet lovers love the spring. This cattleman began that hour with a hey and a hoe and a hey nonny nonny, all that life was but a cloud. In the springtime, the only pretty time, when birds do sing, hey ding a ding ding, sweet lovers love the spring.
Tis not the fashion to see the lady the epilogue, but tis no more unhandsome to sing the lord the prologue. If it is true that good wines don't need good bushes, it follows suit that good play need no epilogue. But to good wines they do use good bushes, and a good play can prove itself the better with a good epilogue. What a case I'm in then. And I cannot instill within you, on behalf of a good play, not furnished like a beggar, therefore, try. Please like the play. A little bit, or like a lot? Like a lot bit, like 75% or like 95%? 95! Begging does not become me. My way is to conjure you, and I will begin with the woman. I charge you, O woman, for the love you may bear to men, to like as much of this play as pleases you. And I charge you, O men, to the love you bear to woman, which I assume by your simpering not altogether hateful. That between you and the woman, the play may please. I, if I were a woman, would kiss as many of you had good beards, nice faces, and sweet breaths. And, for those of you who have nicely trimmed beards, moisturized